They stride through life like titans, their arrogance like a badge of honor as, though the rules don't apply to them. They manipulate, they deceive, they crush. Anyone who dares to get in their way, they do it all with such ease, believing they can escape the consequences, but they're wrong. What they've done to you, to others, it's already been written into the universe. The forces they've unleashed upon themselves are beyond their control, and they will pay the price, and it will come back to them 10 times. Worse, when people walk through life with such arrogance, they forget one critical thing: nothing lasts forever, no matter how high they rise, no matter how powerful they feel in the moment. The truth remains, they will fall. They think their power, their position will protect them from the reckoning that looms, but power, like arrogance, is a fragile thing. It's built on shaky ground, and that ground, it's crumbling beneath their feet. Look at them, they stand tall, like they have it all figured out. Their heads are high, their eyes gleaming with false pride. They wear their arrogance like a crown, and they think it will shield them from the inevitable. But arrogance is a disease. It clouds their vision, blurs their judgment, and convinces them they are beyond reproach. They believe they can do anything, say anything, hurt anyone without facing any consequences. And for a while, it may feel like they're getting away with it, but in the end, the universe doesn't forget you. See, they've chosen a path that will inevitably lead to their destruction, and they think they've gotten away with it so far. But every cruel word, every action meant to tear someone down, every selfish move they made, it's all been recorded, and it won't be long before they realize that the universe has a way of balancing the scales. The more they take, the more they hurt, the heavier the price will be when it finally arrives. And when it does, they won't be ready. They will be blindsided, caught off guard, wondering how everything they've worked for has come crashing down around them. But it's not luck, it's karma. They might laugh now, they might feel invincible, untouchable, but it's an illusion. The higher they climb, the harder they fall. Every step they take on their rise to power is another step closer to their inevitable fall, and they won't even see it coming. They'll continue to trample on others, continue to believe they can outsmart the universe, but the consequences will follow them relentlessly. They think they can break people and get away with it. They think they can hurt, humiliate, and use others as stepping stones without any repercussions. But what they don't realize is that pain has a funny way of catching up to people. What goes around always comes around. Every soul they've wounded, every trust they've betrayed, every heart they've shattered will come knocking at their door. And when it does, it won't be a anal knock, it will be a storm that will tear their world apart. They walk through life with their chest puffed out like kings and queens on their thrones. They think they can control the lives of others, bending them to their will. They use people, break them, crush them, thinking they are above it all, but they're blind to the truth. They are not above anything. They are nothing but pawns in the universe's game, and sooner or later the universe will remind them that no one is invincible. The universe isn't about fairness, it's about balance. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, and every cruel action they've taken, every malicious decision they've made, it will return to them, not in a nice, neat package, but in the most destructive way possible. It will come back to them, fold what they've done to you, to others. It will come back amplified. They think they can outrun it, but they can't. It's already tracking them down. They believe they can hide behind their wealth, their power, their Connections they think they've created. A bubble, a shield that protects them from the consequences of their actions, but shields like that are paper thin. When karma comes for them, it won't matter how much money they have or how many people they've manipulated, it will come for them with the precision of a predator seeking its prey, and it will take everything they've built. It will tear apart the empire they've built on lies, deceit, and broken hearts. They've already sown the seeds of their destruction, and they think they can keep running from the harvest, but the seeds of arrogance, pride, and cruelty always grow into something ugly, and when the harvest comes it will be dark, twisted, and full of consequences they never saw coming. They won't know what hit them. They'll laugh it off, dismiss it as bad luck or an unfortunate event, but the truth is they are reaping what they've sown. Everything they've done, every person they've wronged, every life they've shattered, it will all come crashing down on them, and it will come back to them 10 times worse. They think they can run from the consequences. They think they can escape the damage they've caused, but they can't. They can't outrun it. They can't hide from it. It will find them, and when it does, they will feel it. Every betrayal, every lie, every soul they've crushed, it will come for them, and it will be 10 times more painful than they ever imagined. They might think that they're immune, that their position, their power, their arrogance will protect them from the weight of their actions, but it won't. It's only a matter of time before their world falls apart. The universe doesn't care about their power, their status, or their arrogance. The universe is about one thing: balance, and when the scales tip, they will be the ones to feel the full force of it. It will hit them with everything they've deserved. They don't see it now, but they will suffer the consequences of their arrogance. They will feel the weight of their actions come crashing down on them, and it will hurt. It will hurt in ways they never thought possible. What they did to you, what they did to others, it's coming for them, and it will come back to them. Magnified, their arrogance will be their downfall. It always is. And when the consequences come, when they finally realize what they've done, it will be too late. The damage will be done. The pain will be too much. They will suffer, and they will suffer 10 times more than they ever made others suffer. The universe is patient, but it is relentless, and what goes around always comes around. The consequences will find them, and they will pay 10 times over for the arrogance that has consumed them. They might think they've outsmarted the universe. They might think they've outplayed everyone who's ever crossed their path, but they've miscalculated. The universe is the ultimate judge, and there's no escaping it. No matter how high they fly, no matter how many lies they tell, the truth always catches up. It always has a way of finding its way to the surface, and it will bring them down in a way they never saw coming. The more they hurt, the more they destroy, the more they lie, the deeper they dig themselves into the ground. And when the day comes for them to face the consequences, it will be a reckoning like no other. They've made their bed, and now they must lie in it. The arrogance they've held so tightly to will be the very thing that destroys them, and when it all falls apart, they'll realize what they've lost, and it will be too late. Do you hear that? It's the sound of inevitability creeping closer with every passing moment. They don't hear it yet, no. They're too busy basking in the glow of their own arrogance, too distracted by the illusion of their invincibility. but it's there lurking in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike, and when it does it, will shatter their delusions. They walk around like they own the world, like they're untouchable. They think they've outsmarted fate, sidestepped karma, cheated justice, but arrogance is a trap, one they've set for themselves. It whispers lies into their ears, convincing them they're special, untouchable, immune to consequences. They don't realize that every step they take in arrogance is a step toward their own destruction. They've built their empire on quicksand, and the ground beneath them is giving. Well, you don't have to do a thing. That's the beauty of it. Karma isn't something you deliver, it's something they've invited into their lives. Every cruel word, every underhanded action, every betrayal, it's all adding up. Piece by piece, moment by moment, they're stacking bricks of misdeeds, building a wall around themselves, and soon that wall will collapse, burying them in the rubble of their own arrogance. They don't see it now, but it's coming. The same lies they told, the same games they played, the same pain they inflicted, it's all circling back, preparing to hit them with 10 times the force. They think they're in control, pulling the strings, manipulating the game, but they're wrong. They've never been in control. They've been pawns in a game they didn't even realize they were playing, and now the board is flipping. Look at their arrogance, it's a fragile thing. Isn't it a mask they wear to hide their fear, their insecurities, their flaws? They project power because deep down they know they're weak. They trample on others because they're too scared to face themselves, but masks can only hide the truth for so long. Eventually the cracks will show, and when the mask falls, the world will see them for what they truly are: empty, broken, and lost. They think they've escaped the consequences. That's the biggest lie they've told themselves. They think that by ignoring the damage they've caused, they can outrun it, but consequences are like shadows. They follow you everywhere. They don't disappear just because you close your eyes, and the longer they ignore them, the larger those shadows grow. They're living on borrowed time, and that time is running out, and when it comes, it won't be subtle. Oh no, the universe doesn't deal in whispers, it deals in echoes, loud, deafening echoes of the choices they've made, the pain they've caused, the destruction they've left in their wake. It will hit them like a storm, relentless and unyielding. They'll try to fight it, try to run from it, but there will be nowhere to hide. The storm they've created will consume them whole. What about you? Do you sit and wait for their downfall? Do you rejoice when the scales finally balance? No, because their destruction is not your focus. Your focus is on your own path, your own growth, your own redemption. What they did to you, the scars they left, the pain they caused, it doesn't define you. It strengthens you. They thought they were breaking you, but all they did was awaken something stronger within you. They underestimated you. They thought their actions would destroy you, but here you are rising from the ashes. They don't understand the resilience of a soul that refuses to be broken. They don't understand that every time they pushed you down, they were fueling your rise, and now as they face the consequences of their actions, they'll see you not as the victim they tried to make you, but as the force they could never destroy. That's their greatest failure. They thought they had the power, the control, the upper hand, but in their arrogance they overlooked one simple truth: you are stronger than they could ever imagine. You are the storm they never saw coming. While they are trapped in the cycle of their own arrogance, you have broken free, and that's what makes you Unstoppable, but don't mistake their downfall for your triumph there. Suffering their pain, they're inevitable. Collapse, it's not your victory. Your victory lies in your ability to rise above it all, to take the pain they caused and turn it into something greater, to walk away from the wreckage they left behind and build something beautiful, because you are not like them. You don't need revenge, you don't need to see them suffer, you don't need to stoop to their level. What they did to you, what they did to others, it will come back to them. But your focus is forward, your focus is on becoming the person they could never be, and that is the ultimate victory. But let's not pretend they won't feel it. They will when the storm they created comes for them. They'll feel every drop of rain, every gust of wind, every crack of thunder. It will tear through their lives like a hurricane, leaving nothing but destruction in its wake. They'll try to make sense of it, try to find someone to blame, but the truth will be undeniable. They did this to themselves. They planted the seeds, they watered them, and now they must reap the harvest, and it will be devastating. They'll lose what they thought they could never lose. They'll watch as the walls they built crumble around them. They'll feel the pain they so carelessly inflicted on others, amplified tenfold, and in those moments of despair, they'll finally understand what they've done. They'll see the faces of those they've hurt, hear the echoes of the pain they caused, and it will haunt them. But by then it will be too late. There's no undoing what has been done, no escaping the consequences they've brought upon themselves. They'll be left with nothing but regret for the choices they made, the lives they destroyed, the arrogance that blinded them, and that regret, it will be the heaviest burden they've ever carried, and you'll be standing tall, unshaken by the storm that's consumed them. You'll be living proof that they couldn't break you, that their arrogance didn't win. You'll be a reminder that no matter how dark the world gets, light always finds a way through. Let them suffer, let them face the consequences of their own arrogance. Let them see the truth they tried so hard to avoid, because in the end, what they did to you will come back to them. Music magnified, and you'll rise above it, all stronger, wiser, and untouchable. They thought they could hurt you and walk away unscathed. They thought their actions wouldn't catch up to them, but now they'll learn the hard way that the universe has no favorites, no exceptions. What you put out into the world always finds its way back to you. And when the dust settles, one truth will remain: arrogance destroys itself. They'll suffer the consequences of their own arrogance, and they'll finally understand that no one, no matter how powerful, how untouchable they think they are, is immune to the forces of karma. What goes around always comes back around.